Cool. Oh, got a black screen at the moment. Anyway, hello everyone. We've tried this already, but second time's a charm. Welcome to round 5 of the Xbox One Euro F2 series at France today. And yeah, and Giles has left. Brilliant.
We're going to have the same bug again.
Oh, please. There's no luck.
Hopefully lightning can't strike twice.
Yeah. Oh, Giles said I'm out. Right, I'm going to stay on board with Ollie for this lap. Just because I can't bother to change. Anyway, Ollie coming down the straight into turn 1, braking at the 100 metre board, swinging it through the left, slowly does it, and the right, takes a bit of the curb, extending the track limits as much as he can. Comes down into the second chicane, turn 3, it's another right left, he gets it slowed down very nicely. Very composed lap so far, as he needs to get a good exit off of turn 6, which he does. No oversteer, no understeer, gets it power down perfectly onto the straight, opening the DRS in the BWT Ardent, coming down the straight into probably one of the heaviest braking points on the track, braking at the 100 metre board, clobbering the curb, and
it's been invalid, isn't it?
Yes,
it was a very tidy lap up to them, wasn't it? But he cut the corner too much, and it's been invalid.
Didn't even pick up on that.
Giles has rejoined the session as well.
Yeah, we'll go on board with Amar since he's the current leader. I'll let you take the rest of the lap.
Okay, so Amar's going through a corner that I don't know the name of. Towards the end of the lap in sector 3, looks equally as tidy as Ollie, apart from the chicane problem. So going around this sort of strange curvy straight, isn't it? Does it have a name? I don't know. So into the penultimate corner, he's locked up. That's very untidy. And this sort of clumsy last corner, and he runs the line along the outside edge of the track. He's still first. And
he's
it's
pole
for Amar. Nice.
2 tenths ahead of Temp. It's the same top 3 as we had last week. Hanko, Temp, Amar, but the other way around. And we know that Hanko and Amar are not the greatest of friends at the moment, so I'm sure this will get juicy. But Amar, championship leader, getting 4 points for pole position.
And they've definitely been having words in the chat, haven't they, Hanko and Amar? So
yeah,
I imagine that they're going to get a bit feisty on track, aren't they?
Room for a treat. Anyway, this is your grid. Amar, Temp, Hanko, your top 3. Ali El Kamuni in 4th, followed by Lewis Tiger, Perham, or PUR Ham. Big Man Jaden's P7, Marchant P8, Darwin Oreo's 9th, Dirtor Machine 10th. Giles, after disconnecting, has to settle for 11th. And Ollie and Mike both getting disqualified at the back of the grid. Interesting.
It's a very, very long track, isn't it? Much longer than, say, Monaco, much more high speed. So the complete opposite of Monaco in every way. A lot more runoff, a lot more chance for people to cut the corners, especially at turn 1.
Yeah.
Going to be exciting.
Lower chance of safety car.
Yeah.
I don't think there'll be a safety car today, but who knows? That will shake it up a bit. Everyone when you get hit as early as they want.
When you get into turn 1, it's sort of so inviting to just cut the corner of turn 2, isn't it? When there's an instant up ahead, perhaps. So a lot of sort of track limits penalties might be given out.
Yeah, I think we'll be seeing a lot of penalties, which will change the outcome of this race for sure. It has done previously, as Hanko found out this morning when he was given a penalty, and he got demoted from 2nd to 3rd in Monaco, which is the whole reason he had a bit of an outrage. But starting the formation lap. Lost sound there. Here we go. This is your grid.
It's pretty hard to tell who's got a good start and who's not got a good start, isn't it? From formation lap.
Yeah, it is. But Amar's been pretty good at starts in the past. I'm sure he'll have no problem. Got the 2 Trident boys taking up 5th and 6th. I don't usually see them up top, but they've had a pretty good qualifying. Hoping they can make the most of their... Oh, whoa!
Oh, that's That was clumsy, wasn't
Close
it?
to 50-metre board. And Lewis Tiger's on the grid. And so is his teammate. Oh, well, there goes all the good chat I was talking about them.
Yeah, on this game, obviously, if you have any instance on the formation lap, you get put straight back to the grid.
Yeah, their tyres are going to be freezing, which is not what you want on the start. It's literally
At
the
8 mile
opposite of what you
there,
want.
a lot of oversteer. Don't know if he was warming the tyres or not, but
Yeah.
it didn't really look intentional, did it?
Put it down to that. Very slidey, getting them tyres warm.
Quite a fast formation lap, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Not going too slow.
Yeah, that is true. But I don't think Hanko is going to hold back today. He's not been
dive
happy
bomb to
with
turn
Omar.
1 from Hanko.
Well, he's dive bombing left, right and centre at Monaco. I wouldn't be surprised if he does it again.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder to do it here though. That's a lie. It's a lot easier to do
It
it.
was a lot harder to do it without getting a penalty.
Yeah, that's the one. Our Lord and Saviour, Master Mike, rounding up the grid. As soon as he's there on the grid, we will start for the MP Motorsport team. Getting frequently outperformed by his teammate.
Why did they get disqualified? Did they cut a corner?
Yeah, track limits, I think. I'm
That's
actually going to check
the
what
issue,
tyres everyone's on. Yeah. Tyres here. Everyone's decided to go on the hards, besides Ollie, who's on the softs. He's clearly in an aggressive mood, wants to get rid of them tyres as quick as he can. He's going to have to try and make up all that ground on them tyres. It's going to be an interesting fight back through the field for him.
Yeah, when you're at the back,
cars
you tend to do a sort of different strategy to other people just to give you a chance. So
exactly.
He should have a chance, hopefully.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. There's all the cars on the grid now. Just a matter of time. When will the lights start? Now they will start. It's 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's lights out and away we go. They're going off pretty quickly as Darwin's got a penalty for jump starting already. But as I said, Amol getting a great start. He's got a comfortable lead going into turn 1. Not much overtaking as actually Alio Kamuni's gone. Oh, he's gone wide. He might get a penalty for that. No, he's not going to. Hold on to P3. But fairly sensible start from everyone. As Amol leads. Followed by Puztem, and Aliel is up to 3rd. What a good start from him. As you actually see a car off. I'm not sure who that is. Bit of barging going on at the back. As the MP Motorsport cars are colliding and they're both round. Both MP Motorsport cars round.
Very clumsy start,
going on at the back. Very clumsy. As Lewis Tiger is overtaking Big Man Jaden's. As Marchant's also going to go past Jaden's. Oh, he's side by side with him. He can't hang it around the outside. Jaden's keeping the position. But yeah, very chaotic start there.
But very clumsy, mostly
crazy.
from Darwin, wasn't it? You get a driving penalty for doing a jump start. Quite a hard thing to do to get a jump start penalty.
Jaden's goes round the outside of Lewis Tiger through that sweeping right hander that I forgot the name of. But what a move. Gets it slowed down as well. Brilliant stuff. As Ollie's actually got past Marchant as well. He's already gained, I think, 5 positions. I'll have to confirm that. Yes, he has. On them soft tyres, making them work. Great start from him.
Yeah, Ollie's tyres will be going off
much
quicker than others, won't they?
Yeah, he's going to have to make an early stop. As we actually see very close battle. Jaden's has got past Community. Alio's going backwards. He's down to 7th. He's lost about 3 positions in one corner. That's promoting Jaden's, Lewis Tiger and Ollie up a position. As Ollie actually sends it on Lewis Tiger but can't get the move done. But that makes Lewis Tiger miss his braking point. As we begin lap 2, he's actually going to go for the move already. Into 5th place.
Great first lap for Jaden's, wasn't it? But Ollie and Tiger aren't really battling at the moment. They're just very close together, coming through the hairpin at the end of the circuit. Got a 3-second time penalty for Dirtall Machine.
Oh yeah. Jaden's and Ollie both making up a lot of ground on these first laps. As here we see him going together. Ollie's going to pull to the left quite early on in the straight. It's going to be a drag race down to the chicane. If Ollie can get this move done, he's made 8 positions. And we're about to find out if he can. He gets it in. Jaden's keeping his nose in. But Ollie's going to have the extra grip on the soft tyres into 4th
Great
place.
move from him, wasn't it?
Great move. As we see cars side by side in the background. This will be Alio and Lewis Tiger. Can they go side by side? No, Lewis Tiger's going to have that move done.
Giles goes wide there, avoiding Marchant. They almost came together at that corner.
Giles has had an okay start. He's moved up 2 places from his unfortunate qualifying, we'll say. But the real gainer is Ollie. He's already up to 4th on lap 2 from P12, I believe. Good stuff from him.
Was moving his way forward, wasn't he? But Ollie managed to even overtake him from basically the back of the grid.
Yeah, them soft tyres really working a treat for him as he now wants to catch Hanko. But there's slight field spread at the front. No one's really close to each other. There's not many battles on track at the moment. Mostly everyone just following each other. I think this race is going to be won in the pit stops.
Obviously everyone is on a pretty similar strategy, so it will kind of be down to penalties, I'd say. You know, not down to strategy as much.
Well, the undercut could be powerful with how much quicker Ollie is on these soft tyres. I'm pretty sure the softs will be quite quick at the end. So 1 lap could mean a heap of time.
Yeah, I suspect
penalties.
Ollie to just keep falling down the order from when he pits for hards and everyone's on softs.
Yeah, that's why he needs to get this gap going now. But at the moment, he can't pull away from Jaden's, staying in that DRS range. Anyway, Lewis Tiger and Aliel seem to be the closest battle we have on track, so we'll stick on board with Aliel. Ollie's round!
I was just about to say not much to talk
that?
about, but Ollie has made a mistake on the soft tyres, so they'll be very hot soft tyres now.
He's lost some of his front wing as well, as Mike's actually going to go around the outside. And that's going to ruin Ollie's race completely. He's going to have to pit now. Is there a safety car that I don't know about? Because that glitch happens quite a lot.
I can't see a safety car, but Ollie could pit now for hards and still make his strategy sort of work. That's almost a strategy he was going to do anyway.
He's going to have to go to the end on the hards, yeah.
But
he's going to lose a lot of time on that front wing change.
We think alike.
Well, now we have no battles really on track. Giles and PUR Ham seem to be fairly close.
Yeah, they're the closest together at the moment. Got Darwin down 20 seconds behind. He's probably done his drive-through, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah. It's unfortunate for Darwin.
But it was a very eventful start, wasn't it? But now we're just getting penalties.
Yeah. Survival of the fittest, as Marchant, Giles and PUR Ham quite close to one another.
PUR Ham's lining up a move on Giles, isn't he? Onto the Mistral straight, there'll be a bit of slipstreaming.
Gonna have the DRS as well. He's well in the range. He's only 2 tenths behind. As he opens the DRS, Giles is also gonna have DRS from Marchant in front.
And Giles has got the DRS as well, so
he's gonna
it's all down to slipstream, but he's not sent it. Giles goes a bit wide though.
Yeah, that's going to compromise his exit. PUR Ham right on his tail. Just over 1/10 of a second, but Giles in that slipstream as well. He's going to also pull away. He looks for the move, but not enough there. But a few drivers getting quite close to each other. As he's going to run a bit wide. No, it keeps it on track. He's very close. Only a matter of time before PUR Ham gets past Giles. As Giles runs wide, Ham's going to go up the inside. They bang side pods. Is he going to have to settle? Or is he going to send it? He's not going to send it. He's going to wait. Amol fastest lap. Pustem stealing that straight away. And Giles is going to have his line compromised. But he covers it off quite nicely. And yeah, no move being made.
The Kamuni's 3 tenths away from Lewis Tiger, but he just got a 3-second penalty.
That's crucial.
There wouldn't be much point going for the move anyway.
Well, he looks like he's going to anyway.
Go for it.
going to pull to the right. You're going to get that move done. Lewis Tiger actually going to try and hang it around the outside. What? Good defence from himself. That was a great...
He's still on the inside.
Counter move. Lewis Tiger taking that wide line. Running a bit wide, but I think that's fair. As Giles has actually re-overtaken P.U.R. Ham. I don't know what happened there. But you have to think that he's going to get the move done now. Giles is not going to be in the DRS range of Marchant in front. And let's see. He's going to pull to left already. And he's going to just cruise down the straight.
Hits Marchant. Community spun.
Oh, does he?
Oh,
Oh, no!
So there's a yellow flag. So
Tiger.
did Giles and P.U.R. Ham overtake under the yellow flag?
I don't know. That's a good point. We'll see if he waits for him. But yeah, Community's good work undone as P.U.R. Ham gets the second penalty of the race. But yeah, good spot. Bloody hell.
As I predicted, many penalties already after a third of this race.
Well, everyone's good work seems to be getting undone. Ollie's good work's undone. Alio's work undone. Everything's going downhill for most of these drivers. As we see, Marchant is now the only driver with DRS.
Out at the front, it's still the same order. Hanko's still third, Amar's still first, so they've not had a chance to get close to each other yet. So
Thames keeping that gap at 1.5 seconds though. If he can just claw in Amar and get in that DRS, he will not lose him. But he doesn't seem to be catching very quickly. But Ollie's actually given up.
I was just looking at Darwin. Seems to be going very slowly. He's 46 seconds down.
Oh god.
He's going to be lapped by Amar.
We'll see what tyres he's on. He's just pit for hard, so maybe he had a moment and had to pit again. As Giles is actually... Oh, Giles and P.U.R. Ham have come together. I think so.
Community's passed P.U.R. Ham as well. So
yeah,
he obviously ran wide somewhere.
Is he going to have the DRS to get this position back though? Oh, he's gone wide. I don't know what is going on. I think P.U.R. Ham is giving up.
He seems to be going
Am I wrong in saying
quite
that?
slowly, doesn't he? He's 2.5 seconds by Community already.
Look for the move.
Mike makes contact with him.
Gives him a little nudge. Let's stay on board with Marchant because he's right behind Lewis Tiger as he actually lifts off quite drastically there. But he's definitely closing in on Lewis Tiger. I think it's a given that Mike will get past P.U.R. Ham.
Well, Mike's actually dropped back now, so I don't know what happened to P.U.R. Ham, but he's starting to pull away again.
Yeah, that is peculiar as Lewis Tiger actually just makes his own version of the track, going very wide. Amar setting the fastest lap. This time not matched. Oh, Darwin's out as well. That leaves only 11 drivers left in this race. Anyway, Marchant in the DRS of Lewis Tiger, going down the pit straight. Many drivers leaving. I don't know what's going on. What is going on?
So Darwin is retired alongside Ollie, but
yeah,
Dirty Machine has left the
Dirt
session.
Tour has left. So that leaves 10 people left in this race, which means Mike is guaranteed a point. But I think we're going to have an overtake
if he
here.
retires, though, he doesn't get points.
Yeah, that is true. No, he won't. We've got
Marchant
and Lewis Tiger. If you want to take this move over from me.
Okay. So he's within 3/10, so pretty close. He's going to have DRS. Lewis Tiger has not got DRS from anyone in front of him. Marchant's pulling alongside on the inside. And
can't do it.
Chicken's out of the move.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Gonna have to try and stay within a second so he can keep going, keep trying.
It looked like he was sort of far enough alongside that he could have made that move.
I thought he was just going to dive up the inside, but obviously he thought differently to us. It's still the only battle on track, so we'll obviously stick with this.
Could it be possible that he doesn't want to get past because he wants a better position for race 2?
Yeah, or he's just using the DRS to get pulled along basically. Considering the time that Lewis Tiger is losing to Hanko, I don't think Sorry, big man Jaden's. I don't think that's the case.
But he's 2.5 seconds ahead of Giles, so he hasn't really got
Yep.
Giles to worry about.
No, but actually they're going to make a move because he's already right up, tucked behind. Go to the outside of the pit straight. He's ahead. Can he brake later? He doesn't chicken out this time. He holds it around the outside. Is he going to keep it? Yes, he does. Good move. But Lewis Tiger getting the switchback. He's now going to be on the inside. It's his turn. Can he brake later? Yes, he can. They go side by side. Good racing. Very fair. They are still side by side. And Lewis Tiger's going to hold his position.
He caught Marchand
they're
sleeping,
still
but
side by
Marchand's still on
side.
the inside.
Yep. Going onto the pit straight. Are they still side by side? Yes, they are. Brilliant. Brilliant racing. Lewis Tiger holding his position, but he does not have the DRS. Marchand going to steam up the inside. Can he brake later this time? He didn't do it last lap. This lap, he does it. He makes the move stick. And this battling has brought Giles right into contention for this P5.
At least a couple of our drivers are awake today.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Lewis Tiger's going to be hungry to get his P5 back. So another 2 points that he can bag. But Giles also hungry for redemption in this league after having a good start, but almost fell off in the past few races. Getting close. Amar setting another fastest lap.
I don't think Giles will
On
be
fire.
willing to have a lap-long battle like that one with Marchand there. He's more of a
No.
consistent driver. Take what you get.
Yeah. We'll see here. He's actually got a pretty poor run, Lewis Tiger has. He's going to get pulled along by the DRS, so no moves will be made yet. Unless he decides to dive up the inside, which he doesn't, as Jaden's getting another penalty.
The amount of penalties we have this race, it's going to be pretty much irrelevant looking at this leaderboard. On the left,
Yeah,
at the moment.
lucky dip of where everyone finishes. Who knows? Anyway, three-way battle brewing up as we come onto the big straight. See who can get a better exit. Looks like Lewis Tiger keeping it more committed than Marchand. Let's see. Any moves going to be made? Marchand actually got a healthy gap. But Lewis Tiger is gaining. He's gaining. He pulls to the inside. They break about the same point. Marchand going to hold it around the outside. Lewis Tiger trying to get a better line. Which he does. He gets a good exit. Let's see what happens.
It's a three-way battle now. Giles is on the inside. And he overtakes Lewis Tiger. Lewis Tiger's coming back on the outside, so he could use this next corner to get a slingshot out into Sector 3. He goes quite wide though.
Still side by side. Lewis Tiger holding his position, letting Marchand drive away into the distance. As we have our first pit stops. +10. Oh, sorry, I was stuck on board with Giles. He seems to be quite close. He's actually going to pit. He's going to try and get the undercut. Anyway, as I was saying, +10, Jaden's, Hanko and Giles all pitting. +10 hoping that them soft tyres can get an undercut on Amar maybe. Or at least close the gap. Because they are going to be so much quicker than the old hard tyres. Hopefully he comes out in a gap for his sake. As it's going to be close of PUR Ham. But he does get out in clear air.
Yeah, most of these drivers
put in the lap of his life.
Most of them will be wanting the undercut from someone ahead or behind of them. But it seemed like +10 and Hanko sort of got the ball rolling for people to start pitting. Exactly 2/3 of the way through the race.
Chain reaction. As Hanko is also in clear air. As Mike and Jaden are side by side. Got a little battle going on here. Mike on a 9-lap old hards. Jaden on the softs. He's just going to go
struggling
right
for
up the
grip.
inside of Mike. Yeah, he's already got position. And I think he'll have DRS as well. So he's going to hold that position fairly easily. Unless Mike is the one with DRS, which he is. So maybe he's going to go back to the move. Jaden covering to the inside. Mike going to the inside. He fakes to the inside. Go
But his
on,
tyres
Mike.
won't have held up enough to actually go around the outside
No.
of that corner.
He's going to have to hold his P9, but he is in the points, so that's good for Mike. As I'm going to go on board with Amar as he comes into the pits. So we'll see. Let's see what's going on here. He needs to go out in front of Puztemp. As Puztemp's actually caught up to Community, who's actually lost the back end. Puztemp into P4. Hopefully he's had a good lap. We'll see if the undercut has paid off. I'm going to stay on board with Puztemp.
So
As
Marchant will be
and Tiger into the pits.
Marchant will
He
be
got a penalty.
would have been the leader of the race, but he's got a speeding in the pit lane penalty.
Yeah. Well, let's see where Puztemp comes out. He's on the straight. Where's Amile? Amail's just ahead of him. The gap's definitely closed down. Mike's also got a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. But the gap is just a second. He's gained 2 seconds on the undercut, which is good work from Puztemp. But crucially, he's not in the DRS range. Yeah, true. He's also not going to be in the DRS range of Amile. So he can't really tag along. So it's going to be down to who is the quicker driver now. But it seems to be our closest battle. As Puztemp might actually be in DRS range. He was in 9/10 for a second there, but he doesn't have the DRS.
Lewis Tiger is really hassling the back of Giles.
Yeah,
it's going to be a slipstream fest again.
Yeah, I'll let you commentate this one.
So Lewis Tiger behind Giles going onto the Mistral straight. Got a 4/10 gap. He's going to definitely close up with DRS. Giles is going very, very defensive on the marble side of the track. But Lewis Tiger looks quite far away from the back of Giles.
Oh, he brakes late. Oof. Getting it slowed down, but no move being made as Puztemp's lost a few temps to Amile. So, oh, he misses a gear shift there. Amile is still your leader. P.O. Ham actually not pitting yet in P3. So after his stop, we have to assume he comes out in around P9.
Somehow that slipstream that Lewis Tiger had has made him drop back from Giles rather than getting him any closer. But he's still within the DRS range. I think he missed the gear shift. Puztemp actually setting the fastest lap there. Although he lost time to Amile. But we'll see where PUR Ham comes out here. But his pit crew aren't ready though. They've not got the tyres ready, so he's sitting there. Oh, and that was actually a glitch on my screen.
Display glitch. Yeah, I had that. I had that as well.
Yeah.
But
this game can be annoying.
He's going to come out in P8. Oh no, maybe P9. Yeah, P9.
Mooney's passed.
As predicted. But that does leave Mike still in the points, so good for him. But as it stands,
20 seconds off.
Yeah. But point to point. As it stands, Aliel will be on pole for the sprint race, and he's actually had quite good pace this weekend. He had a good start, so it could be a surprise victory for him. You never know.
Yeah, I'd expect the positions to change though in the next 3 laps.
Oh yeah. I have to wait and see.
And see
the only
Lewis
close battle
Tiger
we have is Giles
close to Giles. Yeah.
Get the position changes up. Giles has actually come up from 11th after his disconnect in qualifying, so he's actually had a fairly good race. Jaden's and Marchant both making up 3 positions, so good start, good races for most of these drivers. Top 3 have stayed exactly how they qualified. Not much going on up there. Lewis Tiger closes up to Giles right on his tail.
Just looking at the penalties, and PUR Ham has 12 seconds worth of penalties.
That could put Mike into contention.
Yeah, Mike's 11 and a half seconds
but he has
off.
a lot of penalties. He does have a lot of penalties himself, I think.
Could you imagine if Mike got 8th? If he was on pole for the next race?
It would be beautiful. Lewis Tiger hits the back of Giles. He had a really good... Well, he's right behind him, but maybe a bit
lost
too
a lot
close.
of time.
Yeah, he's lost a lot. He's going to have to gain all that time he just gained right back up. Brakes very late. That's gained him a lot of time. But he's going to have a bit of a compromise run. As you can see, Giles just driving off into the distance there.
Looking good for Amar though, isn't it? 3 seconds to push temp. That's how you say it.
And fastest lap.
It's not been anywhere
And
near
pole.
Hanko this race.
No. But you have to think, as he comes through the order in the sprint race, he's going to have to tackle Hanko at some point. So that could be juicy.
Yeah.
But he's got everything. He's got fastest lap. He's got the points for pole. He's got the points for the win, as it stands. But yeah, he's had a good first race. Lewis Tiger
still can't close up.
No.
Surprising,
It's
isn't
all
it?
about the exit. Yeah, it is. These two are actually catching up to Marchant, who's in sight now. Maybe he was before, but I've just picked up on it now. They are closing in.
Yeah, they are. I think
Giles is a bit slow through there. No move's going to be made. He's definitely closer. Lewis Tiger seems to be very quick through the second half of the lap. So he needs to not make contact with Giles on the pit straight. Hopefully he can get a move done. We will see. PUR Ham also catching up to Aliel, but we'll focus on Lewis Tiger as he hunts down P6, which is Giles. Interesting. Here we go.
Very defensive.
Yeah. Oh, someone's actually off in the background. Is that PUR Ham?
It is.
I don't know, but Lewis
managed to
Tiger,
spin.
he's gone for the inside. They're going to go side by side. He actually cuts the first corner, as you mentioned earlier. That's easy to do, as he hits the back of Giles. I don't think he lost any front wing, but he gave him a nudge for sure.
That was pretty clumsy,
Lewis Tiger
wasn't it?
hasn't been... It was a bit. PUR Ham also, as you said, he's spun, and he's lost the chance of getting reverse grid pole. But Lewis Tiger's not had great exits off this corner. Can he finally get a good one? It's not great, but he's closer. He's definitely closer. Can he get the move done? As actually Aliel is right behind these two. He's only a second off. As if these two, he's gonna go up the inside, side by side in the chicane. Giles holding this position on the inside, but he's lost the back end. That's gonna allow Aliel to close right up. He might even go for a move through this fast right-hander. We'll have to wait and see. He's
But
right
Will
up
Kamuni
behind him.
realise he's on pole for next race.
Yeah. Whoa, he's right on the tail of Giles. It's going to be an interesting final lap for this group of cars, but it looks like Lewis Tiger's actually already drove away. Amar does start the final lap. He's 4 seconds ahead. He's got a pretty comfortable lead as long as he can hold that all together. As Aliel locking up. Final lap beginning for these two drivers. Our only battle on track for P7. Going to be close.
I think it'll be into the chicane will be the juicy part of this lap, won't it?
Yeah, it will. He needs to stay right behind Giles if he wants to run on him. He's actually lost 4 positions this race after his earlier incident. As PUR Ham getting another penalty. Even if he had caught up to this pack, it wouldn't have meant anything. The amount of penalties he's got this race.
He's got 15 seconds. Master Mike is 17 seconds behind him.
He does have penalties himself, I think. Anyway, Aliel, he's not choosing to get the slipstream, which is interesting.
He wants pole, doesn't he?
And maybe he does. And that's going to cause him to obviously not gain that extra. How many points is that? Extra 2 points. Maybe that pole means more to him. There's only a few more overtaking opportunities. But I'm going to go on board with Amar because he comes round to the final corner. He's dominated this race and he is your winner. Easily wins. Gets the fastest lap. Gets the points for pole. He gets everything. GG Amar. He wins from Puztem in P2. Solid drive from him. Hanko 7 seconds behind this group in P3. Your same podium you had just where we left off in Monaco. As we now, Jaden's P4 He had a few penalties. I'm not sure if that will stay as Marchant comes to the line. He's P5 and he will stay there. And
No, he won't.
oh no, Lewis Tiger actually gets P5 and Giles gets P5. Interesting.
The Marchant's gone down to 7th with all them penalties.
Yeah, he's lost 2 positions there. And Giles has gained 2. So he's going to be over the moon with that. As we see, Master Mark, he's going to pick up a point. Great stuff from Mark. Stayed out of trouble.
Him
For what it
celebrating.
matters. Look at it. Look how much it means. It means the world to him. He gets another penalty, but who cares? He gets a point. Dirtle actually did rejoin, so depending on the penalties, he could ruin that. Let's hope he doesn't ruin it for Mark. But you never know. Comes to the line. It's 21 seconds behind, but after penalties, he stays P11. Interesting first race.
But he couldn't have
Not
fallen
much
back
action
any
up top.
further, could he? Than
Well, no,
P11.
but he could have gained time on Mark.
That's true.
You never know. But not a bad first race. Not much going on up front, but Amal dominating completely. He controlled the race from start to finish. Was leading every lap. Well deserved. Hanko, his blood must be boiling.
I don't think if this
We'll
was
see
real,
what
I don't
happens in
think
the
they'd be
second
spraying
race.
champagne that happily.
No. Hanko would be smashing it on his head. Anyway. Final results. I've already read them out, but I'll let you read them again. Feature race. There we go. Amal getting a fastest lap by about 5/10 of a second. Maybe even 6. Yeah, 6. He gets 27 points for that. But a lot of penalties being dished out. The only drivers not to be in the top 3 in Giles. So, very interesting. I'll read you out your reverse grid once we get into the next session. Interesting race though. Very interesting.
Could have been more exciting though, couldn't it? But there were a few battles,
Yeah,
especially
not
with
much action.
Giles.
Yeah, Giles getting in the thick of it there, but not many battles going on. Lewis, Tiger, Giles, they're giving us a lot of stuff to talk about that race.
But the luxury of having a
cloudy.
the luxury of having a sprint race means the faster drivers are lower down. But if it looks a bit cloudy,
this could be carnage.
if it's going to rain, then
for us,
we'll be
spanner in the
seeing-
works.
yeah, we'll be seeing a bit of mixed up action. Some of the faster drivers won't be as good in the wet as some of the
Yep.
slower drivers.
I'm just excited to see the battle between Piztem, Amal and Hanko. This has been brewing up for a good week. And it's all going to come down to this. Anyway, do you want to read the grid out? Or you want me to do it?
I think you can do it, but I think we've
Okay.
gone over the grid already. Amal in 8th. It's quite a long way for him to come back, isn't it?
Yeah, he's, well, depending on his start. We know he's been good at starts. Let's see what he can do in turn 1. But your grid for the sprint race will be Aliel, who's actually been pretty fast in the feature race. So if he could pull away early, build that gap, get out of DRS range, he has a chance of winning for the Uni Virtuosi team. Followed by Marchant, who has been battling hard today, as well as 3rd place Lewis Tiger. Followed by Giles in P4. He deserves this win. He needs a win. He needs to claw himself back into this championship and assert his place. Followed by Jaden's in P5 for the Sauber Junior team by Shrews. Hanko P6 after getting 3rd place in the feature race. Is it raining or am I seeing things? Yes, I'm seeing things. Ignore me. First 10 P7. He came 2nd in the feature race. And your winner from the last race, Amal P8, as rounding off the grid will be PUR Ham, Master Mike in P10, Dirtle Machine after leaving but rejoining in P11, Darwin P12, is he still in or did he leave?
Well, there's
like
no timer next to
he
him,
retired.
so he might have left.
Oh yeah. I feel like he might. Yeah, I think he left after his retirement. That's a shame. Anyway, we'll see what tyres everyone's on. Everyone's on the hards because no mandatory pit stop. Just a straight dash to the end.
If you get damaged, you can pit though, can't you?
Yeah, but nothing mandatory. But I think Darwin is in the game actually, because Ollie isn't in the game and his car's in the garage, but Darwin's isn't, which is interesting. But as soon as he lines up, we'll get underway. Oh no, Ollie is in. It's very confusing. No, he's not. Shut up, Oliver. Anyway, everyone's lined up. Aliel on pole. Not a familiar sight for him. He's going to have to adapt to it. Where are the lights? Do you see the lights?
Not yet. Waiting a long time.
Is there a glitch? Oh no, we're going. Right, the lights. There we go. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4, 5. And it's lights out and away we go for the sprint race. Lights going out quick again. Good start from Aliel. He's already got a 5/10 lead going into turn 1. Relatively clean, but let's see how long that lasts. Oh, cut off there.
Well, there's a spin. The cars are spun.
There.
That's
Who's that? Pustem.
And
that's huge.
I can't quite see it. I think it's big man Jaden's.
Giles makes a move for 3rd. Sorry to interrupt. Lewis Tiger's going to try and hold it around the outside, but he decides to actually just cut the whole track. He couldn't stay on. You're going to have to give that place back as they actually make contact. Hanko's going to try and go past a pair of them. He actually gets that move done. There's Lewis Tiger going off the track. This is
creative
limits.
track limits.
Yeah. All these cars are side by side. Look, they're 4 wide. 4 wide going down the straight.
This isn't going to end well.
This is not going to end well. Master Mike into P6 there. And there's contact.
And it doesn't.
Drivers staying in trouble as... Oh, Mike sideways. Yeah, PUR Ham's gone. Marchant's actually taken the lead in all of that.
We missed that one.
He leads. Yeah, from Aliel, from Hanko, already up to P3. Solidifying himself as a title challenger. Giles remained in P4. Amal, P5, right up his chuff. Lewis Tiger in P6. Darwin P7 and Master Mike in P8. 4 wide going down the straight. That was crazy.
A lot more action already than was in the first few laps of the feature race. Everyone seems to be a bit closer together than they were in the last race.
Yeah, Hanko's actually right up behind Aliel, our pole sitter. No DRS though, so I don't think he'll be able to get a good run. But you never know.
He'll definitely have a go
though. He's in the slipstream. Is he going to send it? He plays the waiting game. As we also have Giles getting chased down by Amal, championship leader. And if he can get past Giles, he's unleashed on Hanko. And whoa, is that personal? Yes, it is.
Amal's already made his way up from 8th, hasn't he? So,
yeah,
good first lap.
Speaking of good starts, Darwin from P12 already into P7. Great start from him, staying out of trouble.
That was good.
But we'll stick off board here. We'll watch Aliel and Hanko. But the closest battle is actually Giles and Amal. We'll watch that. We can see it both on one screen. Amal pulling to the inside. Hanko's not going to be able to make the move, but Giles, can he defend? Amal's got that position. Giles trying to hang it around the outside. He does a good job. He's going to have the inside line. He keeps that position. Good stuff. Oh.
Amal's got a run though.
Yeah. Here he goes. On board. Can he hold it? No, he has to lift off slightly.
Nice defence from Giles. Giving him space,
driving.
but not enough.
Martin's actually made a bit of an error, and that's closed up the gap between the top 3. They're all very tight. Mike's actually under pressure here from PUR Ham. Might as well watch
Mike's
this.
in 8th.
While oh, actually, Pustam's going to try and go up the inside of the Trident. Does he get it done? He's going to hold it. We can't. We got a pretty. Oh, he actually sends it on Mike. It's a good move from Ham. Turns defence into overtake. Like Kimi Raikkonen at Germany. If you remember that move. There's Amal actually going to have a run on Giles. Is he going to send it? Yes, he is. Late lunge. Can't get it done. Giles staying composed. But Puztem is now... He's just overtaken PUR Ham. So now he's the one that will have to try and overtake Mike. And he does not want to wait. But Mike aggressively covering him off.
Very defensive.
I'm not sure that's
for Mike,
allowed. Yeah, I'm not sure that's allowed. But Puztem's going to want to clear him ASAP. But we'll go back to Amal, championship leader. He's right on the back of Giles. Can he get the move done this time? He's going to go inside as you can be. And he's got past with the DRS.
Puztem's already past Mike.
Yeah. Puztem and Amal making moves there. And look who is third and fourth. The rivalry that has been brewing for quite a while now. Started in Baku. They collided in Spain. They collided in Monaco. Let's see
Mike
what
is
happens
completely
now. Mike, is that Mike?
Straight line that chicane. Gone through the bollards because he's decided to give up going through turn 8. He had a car alongside him. I think that was PUR Ham.
It's actually very close to the top 3. Sorry, I didn't see this. Focusing on Darwin's move on Lewis Tiger. This didn't pay off. Top 3 separated by about half a second. Good stuff. The field very close. This is the beauty of a sprint race. Can Hanko go around the outside? Can he do it? Woohoo! What a move.
Nice move.
Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. Hanko wants this win. And that makes Amar's task of catching his championship rival even harder. He's going to now have to take Aliel as well.
Amar's got the fastest lap as well. There's a
Yep.
car off somewhere. That is, the tour machine has managed to hit the barrier on the inside of the last corner.
Oh wow, he must have made contact with someone. Anyway, Darwin looking fairly close to Lewis Tiger actually. Lewis Tiger will probably get DRS from Giles. But at the top 7, very close, covered by just 4 seconds. Interesting. We'll stay on board in Marchant and Hanko. Marchant and Hanko seems to be the closest battle. As well as Alil Kamuni, actually. I've butchered the name, but he's going to see. Can he send it? He's going to send it on 2nd place in the championship. Hanko's going to... He makes contact with Marchant.
Look at Kamuni. Oh.
Yeah, it's close. Who got a penalty? Lewis Tiger gets a penalty. And his frustrations may be... Well, I don't know how to say it. Adding salt to the wound here because Darwin... He wants to be on the inside, but he's going to have to stick with the outside. He's going to have to lift off a bit. No move possible. It's a shame.
Amal is sneaking his way up behind them. He's going to get in.
Yeah, we got a 4-way
perhaps
battle
overtake Kamuni.
Oh, this is going to get juicy. Hanko and Amal both making up 4 positions. They're definitely on it today. And this will be interesting. I've said it once, I've said it twice, I've said it a million times, but Amal versus Hanko, no one will be leaving any room as Amal not holding back. He wants to get this over and done with as Hanko sets the fastest lap. But he's not going to have as much straight line speed. They're going to be side by side going into turn 1. Can Amal hold it around the outside? Comfortably. He's into P3, onto that podium. As Hanko challenging for the lead.
But we know who Amal was chasing after.
Yeah, as Kamuni actually sends it to the inside, outbreaks himself.
Oh,
as he hits Amal when that
wasn't really called for, was it?
No. He's bowled out himself. You can't be blaming anyone else for that. It's just a mistake there from Aliel.
Aston Maldonado style, coming back on the track and then just smacking him.
Just like Valencia. Anyway, Hanko switches to the outside very late. He's going to go round the outside of the race leader. What a move. Good stuff. But Marchant, he can find a line. He's tucking into the slipstream instead. He's going to send it to the inside. Oh, he is. Oh, he's going to have to back off.
Hanko kept his foot in it.
Yeah, he's confident. Hanko, your new race leader. Good stuff from him. As Amar going to have to close in these two, I should say.
So, what's happening with Ollie at the back there? Is he not in the game? Because he's not managed to pass the DNF car of Del Machine.
He's in the garage.
Yeah.
He didn't make it to the grid, I don't think. Anyway, this is your order going into lap 6. Hanko leads from J. Marchant. Amar in 3rd, Giles 4th, Lewis Tiger 5th, Darwin 6th, Puztem 7th, and Aliel in 8th. Rounding out your points as Puztem, after his early incident, he's setting the fastest lap. Puztem tends to be the fastest in the sprint races. He won Monaco sprint race. He was rapid in the rain in Spain. Did you hear that rhyme? But he's definitely going to be on the hunt, as well as Darwin, who's actually right behind Lewis Tiger.
Yeah, Master Mike is. Oh, I was just going to say Master Mike was in 10th, but he's just dropped out of the anywhere near.
Yeah, he drives into the side 11th. Of Jaden. Well, sorry, Amar was actually right behind Marchant. This is for P2. Where's he going to go? Marchant has DRS as well, so it's going to be about slipstream really. But Amar needs to brake later. He doesn't. He's actually just going to have to concede that. But it's all about the exit here. If he can get a good exit, which he does, he gets a beautiful run. And he's into P2. And look who's next on the road. This is going to get juicy. As Aniel was actually... Oh, no, as I was saying, the commentator's curse. Oh,
yeah. Spun down to 9th place.
Oh. That's going to hamper his championship fight. That helps all the drivers at the back. They're going to get an extra position. Well, I say that. Only PUR Ham did. As well as Aliel. But Amar and Hanko separated by just 2 tenths. These two, not friends on track, not friends off track. The rivalry's been brewing for a few weeks. It's hit its peak recently. And here we go. On to lap 7. Amar. Where's he going to go? He's going to go to the inside. Hanko not going to defend it. Is he going to try and hold it around the outside? Yes, he is. He does not want to give this position. He's going to keep it. As Marchant's actually been brought into this fight. Amar right up behind Hanko. He's going to switch to the outside. Go into this corner, Hanko. Regain it. Oh, Marchant. He's round. And Giles into P3. Not losing too much. Marchant's still fine. He's only lost 1 position. Giles into the podium. Staying out of trouble. And here we go. Onto the back straight. Amar in the slipstream of Hanko. Gets that DRS stuff open. Hanko, ooh, defending late. He's going to... Very close. Amar turning right in front of Hanko. Hanko going to send out the inside. He has to cut the chicane. He's lost the position. It's all about the exit. He needs a good exit. He's actually got a worse exit than Amar. He's just going to have to hope he's got the pace. Amar has gone from P8 to P1. Ignore this battle and just drink that in as Marchant and Darwin are right next to each other there. As well as Aliel and Lewis Tiger side by side through that fast right-hander. Good racing from them. But Hanko has conceded that position to Amar. Maybe not getting the elbows out as much as we'd hoped. But he's gonna have the DRS now to hang with Amar. Amar the quickest driver this weekend, but DRS is powerful here.
Rory's coming up behind Amar on the pit straight.
Yep.
Bit too far back though to make a move, unless Hanko is feeling very brave. But no, he's
gonna have to stay close.
Yeah. Just want to say PUR Ham spun a couple of laps ago, and he's now retired. I don't know whether he decided to give up or it's crashed.
Promotes Puztem back into the points as he leaves the session. So yeah. But Hanko and Amar, round 2. We know Hanko is not afraid to make a lunge. We know that from last week. But he's actually fairly far back. I don't know if he'll be close enough here to make a move. Amar has got done well there, yeah. Hanko, is he going to send it? No, he doesn't. Marchant under pressure from Darwin. Darwin going to swing around the outside. Marchant going to try and keep his nose in. He has to... Well, he keeps on track. Good move from Darwin. Keeps that position. But Amal seems to be getting very good exits off the corners. And exit speed is very, very important around here. He's just keeping... He's comfortable. As he locks up. In traditional fashion of Amal. It'll be interesting to find a few laps though.
Talking of locking up, Kamuni goes quite wide there in 7th. He's 4/10 behind the rest target, but doesn't seem like he's close enough to make any kind of move.
Got a few battles going on here.
I think we need to watch the lead.
Right behind Amal. Yeah, but again, Amal getting that traction. He gets the traction down and he pulls away very, 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 very rapidly. As he says, the fastest lap in the process without DRS. So, it's impressive. It's good driving from him. And if these two end up colliding, you never know, Giles could snatch a win here. He's got to be on his toes. There's a few very close battles at the back, but I think we're going to have to stay on board with the leaders here.
Giles has his fingers crossed if he's not using the controller.
He is. Toes across.
Yeah.
Hanko getting a very good run this time. Maybe not very good, but it's better than previous laps. Is he going to be close enough? That's a different question. I don't think he is again. Oh, maybe he is actually. No, he's going to hold back. Doesn't want to risk anything. And in that case, let's see if any moves are going to be made. Marchant going to send a late lunge on Darwin. Darwin not giving much space. Space? Space. Can he get a good run? No, it doesn't look like it. Well, we've got about 4-car train going on here. 2 separate battles. Aliel right up behind Lewis Tiger. He keeps his foot planted as Marchant's gotten got a bit wide, I think. Opens the door to Lewis Tiger. Speaking of opening the door, oh, he cuts the track.
Oh, that's creative.
Creative indeed. It's a 4-way battle now. Very, very close. Giles is the only one in the top 7 not to be battling. He's in a world of his own as he locks up very heavily, does Aliel. Is he going to lunge? Ooh. Hanko's setting the fastest lap. That's an extra 2 points, I believe. Oh no! Aliel's round. Wistem's going to be promoted.
He gets that turnaround quickly. He
7.
will still be in the points, but no, he's gone down to 9.
He's going to get it. Yeah. It's a shame. Mistakes are costing him dear this race.
Yeah, 2 big mistakes.
Marchant and Lewis. Yeah. Anyway, Hanko vs Amal. Round 4, I believe. It's all about the run. Can he get this run? It doesn't look like he gets the traction down as quickly as Amal. He's nowhere near. And this is the second to last lap. He really needs to do it now or next lap. Oof.
They're both locking up, but...
Yeah. These tyres are fairly worn.
Everyone's be worn equally though, won't they?
That is true, yeah. Maybe why we're seeing a lot of lockups. But as you know, last week in Monaco, Hanko making that last, well, the penultimate corner lunge on Amal. Are we going to see a repeat of this? It'll be interesting to see. It's going to be hopefully an exhilarating last lap. But Hanko seems to be dropping off. Maybe getting a bit hot-headed, or maybe just doesn't have the pace. We will never know. But he's barely in DRS range. Amal very composed. And if he can win the race as well, he's got everything this weekend. That would be amazing. Anyway, we start the final lap.
Him,
yeah.
Sorry, you go.
Well, we've got nothing to focus on at the moment. Everyone seems to just be following each other through. Marchant maybe going to make a move on. Wistem actually steals the fastest lap there. He's going to take them 2 points off of Hanko. Amal locking up. Get deep into the chicane. Hanko's gained a bit of time. Here we go. This is what the race depends on. This corner here, turn 6. It's not a bad exit, but the traction again just not really there. It bogs down a bit. Don't think he'll be close enough. No, he's very far back. No one really in the position to make a move. Hanko braking very late. You can tell he's in an aggressive mood. But he's nearly a second down. It's not looking great. Do they have any penalties? As Darwin's actually lost it on the last lap. He saves it just about. Ooh, he's in P6 now. He's lost them 2 positions, putting Marchant into P4. Lewis Tiger into P5. Pustem slowly reeling these boys in. It's a bit late. Speaking of a bit late, Hanko is a bit late. He can't make the move on Amar. And he's going to have to settle. His Mike's actually got past. No.
Not for the leaders anyway.
Oh.
So I think Amar has this.
He's got it. He wins the feature race. He gets pole. He gets fastest lap for the feature race. And now he wins the sprint race. Amar wins it all. He goes from P8 to P1. Absolute masterclass from him. Giles finishing P3 after penalties. Will he keep that? Yes, he does. Marchant P4. Lewis Tiger P5. Darwin P6. Oh, Pistem's actually gone up 2 positions there due to penalties. So his eventful race is somewhat salvaged. Big man Jaden's P8 rounding off the points. Master Mike 1 position off the points. Not too shabby, but Aliel could have been on for a top 5 at least, but them mistakes very costly indeed.
That was all of his own doing, wasn't it, Kamuni? He's out of the points. I think Mike just didn't really have the pace, did he either? 15 seconds off.
No. He does pick up that point in the first race, so it's better than nothing. His teammate Darwin making that mistake on the final lap, costing him 2 positions. But there we go again. Amar wins. Hanko in P2. Another solid weekend for these 2 drivers. And Giles, good to see him back on the podium. Very deserved. But Pustem may be disappointed with how his weekend's gone. But he gets the P2 for the first race. I think he got fastest lap as well for this sprint race. So he can't be too disheartened. Another strong drive.
What position did Pustem go down to when he spun?
I think he was at P10 at some point. So to get P5, he's probably pretty happy.
Yeah, great drive then.
Again, Hanko, Amar, Pustem, Giles, the only drivers without penalties. Alio as well, not getting any penalties either. But good drive from Amar, absolute masterclass. But thank you for watching. Me and Kingly Sheep, we will be back next week for the Austrian Grand Prix. Join us, just join us, it will be brilliant. Good racing today, there'll be good racing next week, and I shall see you all soon. Hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.